lisTOMania. Think less but see it grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended. Know how to let it go. From a mess to the masses. lisTOMania.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to this week's weekly lisTOMania. Alright, and this week's list is going to be my top 10 albums of 2010. Before I get started, I wanted to let you guys in on a few of my honorable mentions. Here they are.
Will you hear what's left of me and stop the bleeding? He wraps those hands around that bone. She licks those lips and off we go. She takes it off nice and slow, 'cause that's Pornstar dancing. She don't play nice, she makes me beg. I've been laid out, I've been laid out, I've been shaking ever since you left. And I've been laid out, I've been let down. I can't get free since you. Say you won't me to. Say you never die, you'll always find me. I wanna know how I feel say you want me. Telling my story about Sevenfold, it's a Hickory, Dichotomy. You're messing with my brain. Telling the story, are you holy, you're lying? Hickory, Dichotomy, I tell you the truth and goodbye.
Alright, now that that's squared away, we can get going with the top 10. Number 10 is going to be Motion City Soundtrack's My Dinosaur Life. Now this album, for my money, is one of the best punk alternative albums to come out in the last 3 or 4 years probably. It's got some really catchy lyrics, some really good riffs, and it's really fun to listen to. Just really fun to put into the CD player when I'm having, a bad day. Keeps me chipper, gets me up a little bit. Alright, very pumping melodies and good beat drums and everything you really want in a punk album, really. Great album. Moving on, number 9 is Bullet for My Valentine's Fever. I didn't think I was going to like this as much as I did. Having listened to past Bullet for My Valentine albums, they were really kind of screamish for my liking. I'm not really into that kind of rock. I'm a big rock guy, but that's not my kind. But this album was a lot more fine-tuned, a lot more toned down on the yelling and screaming. Very melodic, and I really love a lot of these songs. Bittersweet Memories is a great song, Fever's a great song, and obviously Your Betrayal is one of the ultimate rock songs of the year. Alright, so this album is really good, check that out. My number 8 album of the year comes from one of my favorite bands. Had a little bit of a down year this year in music for them. It's Il Nino's Dead New World. Now, they've gone in a different style with their last 2 albums, and I'm not really digging the direction they're going, but they're still an awesome band. I'm from New Jersey, they're from New Jersey, they're Puerto Rican, I'm Puerto Rican. It's a great fit, but the guys are going a little bit more screaming than I want them to do, and they're really at their best when they go into their Spanish melodies with their Spanish Santana-like guitars and their nice beats on their drums, their Spanish drums, but they've gotten a little away from that, and they've gotten away from their Spanish lyrics, which made them so different than a lot of metal bands out there today. But I'm going to one of their concerts later this month anyways. I want to see if they play some of that old stuff. I want to see what they're like live. Never seen them before. But as is, they're my number 8 of the year. Number 7 of the year might be a little surprising to most people who know me. Everyone knows me as more of a rock fan and really nothing much else. Don't broaden my horizons too much. But this rap album was awesome. Eminem's Recovery. Obviously, he's made his way back. Not completely, but he's on his way. Much better than Relapse. I even like it better than Encore. A lot of people do. Recovery's got some really undeniable songs. No Love with Lil Wayne is just awesome. And then you have, obviously, the Rihanna, Love the Way You Lie, and obviously I'm Not Afraid. just a great rap album all the way through. Great album. I know a lot of you have listened to it already. Number 6 of the year is Godsmack, The Oracle. I saw these guys in concert. Awesome stuff, opening with Crying Like a Bitch. Obviously a great song. Love, Hate, Sex, Pain has that awesome riff. There's a lot of great riffs in this album. There's a lot of fun lyrics. They're a lot of fun to see live. And Sully Erna is one of the greatest showmen who still has a guitar in his hand. I mean, most of the time, frontmen are at their best when they're not playing instruments, but this guy, he had jokes, he was upbeat, he was ready to go, and he played a lot of music. You got a lot of music for them as a headliner, which normally you don't get. So, great album, good to see these guys keep rolling with some consistency. Can't wait to see what they do next. Number 5, I don't expect most of you guys to know. Very new band, springing from a couple not really well-known bands. But this is I Empire's Moment of Impact. It's not out in jewel cases yet, but it is on iTunes for download. Great album. This actually features the lead singer of a band called Submersed, which produced one of my favorite albums, maybe of all time, In Due Time. It's a really good album. If you haven't heard that one, check that out. But this band has produced something really good here, and you guys should really be checking this one out too. It's one of those not known albums that you guys need to pick up. Number 4 is of a band that's much better on CD than live. I'd hate to admit it. Love these guys, but it's true. Avenged Sevenfold's Nightmare. Now, this album was definitely not as good for me as their self-titled 2007 album, which was amazing. This one was just solid. Nightmare was a fucking awesome song. Really awesome. But nothing on the album quite lives up to the startings of that song. So, it's a good album. It's very solid. I like it a lot. Enough to be my number 4 of the year. But it's not what I completely expected out of these guys. Number 3 is Korn 3. Remember Who You Are. And that's exactly what these guys did with this album. They remembered who they were. They went back to their roots, to some of the best albums like Issues and their self-titled album, and they got raw, down and dirty. Oildale is a great song. Trapped Underneath the Stairs, I love it. Lead the Parade, oh, what a good song. This is a great album. Going to see these guys live soon, and I cannot wait to see their future stuff, because if they keep going in this direction, they're going to get back to stardom. Number 2, some of you may know, some of you may not be familiar with the name, but you know these guys. Alter Bridge. Their album, Alter Bridge 3, is to die for. It's really good. You guys gotta check this thing out, alright? The lead single, Isolation, probably hitting your radio stations now. It is so fucking good. And every single song on the album is listen-worthy, and you can listen to the whole album. Miles Kennedy is awesome. He toured with Slash. Some of you may have seen that. The rest of the band is made up of members of Creed. They have both bands going now. They do a lot of awesome work. Mark Tremonti, one of the best guitarists working out there. I'm telling you right now, he is really good. See him live, and he is huffing and puffing his way. Great band, great album. Listen to it. Alright guys, the number 1 album of the year is Disturbed's Asylum. The most kick-ass, balls-to-the-wall rock album of the year. Draiman with his typical wah screeches. You have Asylum, The Animal, Serpentine, My Child. Such great rock songs, really they are. You guys, that's my top 10 of the year. I want to hear yours. Rate, comment, subscribe, please, whatever. Leave your comments at the bottom. I really want to see your top 10s. Post a video response, whatever. See you next lisTOMania.